"Auntie, Grandma has started bleeding in her fingers again." I sensed fear and despair in the caregiver's voice as she spoke over the phone. "What can we do?" I sat there motionless without any concrete answer for the issue at hand. 2 years ago, my mother suffered an ischemic stroke. This is a life-threatening condition that had cut off blood flow to the brain, killing brain cells, and left her left leg and arm paralyzed. To minimize the risk of reoccurrence, she was put on blood thinners to keep her blood from clotting too easily. Now, almost 2 years later, the caregivers reported that her fingers kept bleeding. This continued for days, and my mother became anemic as a result. The family doctor had no choice but to take her off the blood thinner medications, which left her at a high risk of blood clots again. 3 months later, the family doctor reintroduced the blood thinners, giving a minimal dosage. This seemed to work for her, and for 2 months, there was no bleeding whatsoever. We were hopeful that the problem had been resolved. So, when I got that call, I felt helpless. But in my confusion, I remembered the story of the lonely woman with the issue of blood in Mark 5:25-34. The Bible says that for 12 years, this woman suffered many things of many physicians and had spent all that she had, but she only got worse. When she heard of Jesus, she touched the hem of his garment, and straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up. Upon thinking of this true miracle story, I was encouraged. I asked the 2 caregivers to kneel down and pray with me. In my prayer, I put my mother in the place of this woman. I stretched out my hand on my mother's behalf, pleading for divine intervention, saying, "If I may touch the hem of Jesus' clothes on her behalf, my mother shall be made whole. Do it for your glory, Lord." As I got off my knees, God put a song in my heart that said, "My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty, there's nothing that he cannot do." I continued to sing that little chorus, and before drifting off to sleep, I said, "God, I believe that you are so big, so strong, and so mighty. I know you can stop this bleeding just as you dried up the fountain of blood for the woman in the Bible." The following morning, I called to inquire and was told there was no bleeding whatsoever. I rejoiced and praised God for hearing and answering our prayer. The songwriter says, "Oh, what peace we often forfeit, all because we do not carry everything to God in prayer." God has proven this to be true in my own life, and I believe without a shadow of a doubt that he can do it for you as well. Whatever unresolved issue you may be going through, he has the ability to resolve it. Why not carry your concerns to Jesus in prayer? Because our God is so big, so strong, and so mighty, there is nothing that he cannot do. Subscribe for a new miracle story each week, and visit the link in the description below for more true miracle stories from our website. Be enlightened, be encouraged, be empowered.